Greetings gamers everywhere, I'm Spip92 and we're taking a look at Jotunnslater Hordes of Hel in this video. More specifically, we're looking at farming. Well, gold farming or resource farming. Because, well, you're gonna need a lot of it in this game. I haven't been over this game in a previous video because every time I've been working on it, some new updates have come out and I want to cover that too, so I want to integrate that, and yeah, time has run out, basically. But I have like 15 hours in this game and it's a roguelike action game with Norse mythology in it. You have different gods depending on with the different buffs to you, like Thor, Freya, Loki, Odin, and more. And each of these gods will give you different buffs, and you have your 5 different classes which have unique buffs and all that. But to get skill points in all of these classes and the gods, because skill points can be invested in all of them, you will need gold. And to get gold, you need to play. And to play, you'll need, well, skill points. Anyway, the best way to get this gold is what we're gonna go over in this video. Now, as you start the game, you might not have access to the Seeress or Seeress class. I'm not sure. You might have access to her, but anyway, the Seeress class is basically the mage. She's a little bit on the weak side, and especially at the start when you have no skill point invested whatsoever. But in this video I'll be showing you what I have done with her, what skill points I've invested in her, and just quickly go through the gods there, not really mentioning anything, just showcasing just what I've been speccing on. Mostly we'll be focusing on how to increase your resources. Resources being the gold you can collect, the soul cores being used to unlock new weapons and such. And also, you also get more food on the map while playing, but that's a whole different thing. Anyway, what I have been doing is, of course, first of all, is to invest all points in the Seeress skill tree, which gives her more resources. Well, not resources, it gives her a higher chance of gaining gold, the gold drop chance. There are 4 of those, and that will increase it with 50% overall. I also invested in Magic Missile and the evolved version of that, but also the evolved version of the Wisps, because I find the Wisp being a very effective ability to have, especially when evolved. Now, evolved abilities are available when you gain level 18. So when you level up, you have a chance to get the level 18 version of an evolved ability. If you have unlocked the evolved version of that ability, you have to unlock it in the skill trees first. I also took the Serpent's Skin permanent passive, which gives Eldritch Wards +2, and the Eldritch Wards is a unique Seeress passive, which gives you a invulnerability shield each time you are damaged. Now you have a maximum amount of shields you can have, so each time you get damaged, instead of getting damaged, you gain the shield, and you're invulnerable to damage for a few seconds. But once the charges are up, you can take damage again. So yeah, it's not immortality exactly. Another thing to focus on, I would say, is partially damage from Thor. Freya has attack speed that you can invest in, which is really good to have. The new gods, or pair of gods, the Brock and Sindri, can give you also resource bonus here, 30%. There's also the Golden Imp spawn. The Golden Imp is an enemy that can spawn basically in the game, which drops food and gold. With this golden imp spawn chance, you can increase your chances of its randomly spawning on the map. Another thing I have spec'd a lot of in is the Loki tree. That's also for the gold drop chance that's there, but also movement speed. Njord is the ocean god, and he is particularly important during farming of gold. Not because of his passive skill tree, although it is very good. You have some crit chance, but also resource bonus here. 20% at the start for the first one, and then it increases to even more than that. He can also give you passives that allows you to have a chance to gain a treasure chest each time you level up. It's a common chest that has 20% chance, and then there's a second one that gives you a chance for a rare chest that has a 5% chance to spawn each time you level up. So that can net you a good amount of extra experience, gold if you have that luck, or soul stones, soul cores. I think it's soul stones the one I think about. The main reason to spec in history is for the resource bonuses, I would say, first of all. The extra chest is just a bonus that you can get later on. Now, the Odin tree, there is some good things to have there, but nothing that really impacts. Now, the weapon I chose was the Tidecaller's staff. Not because of anything particular about the staff. I just like the big area tentacle, that ability that comes with that. And I played on hard difficulty with 2 modifiers, and that would give me a 60% extra bonus resource. Now this is just for the first run I did, but when completed, I'm not kidding here, you can gain up to or above 800 gold each run, because the resource bonus is not triggered or used, I should say, as you play, because that gets added on top of everything at the end when you've completed the boss. So there is the little thing that you must kill the boss and do all of the objectives to gain this resource bonus at the end. Now, I did mention that the Njord, the ocean god, was one of the key aspects of this gold farm, and that is because of one of his passives that he has a chance to give you when you choose him as your god. Each time you level up, you get to choose between two of the gods or your character. And if you pick Njord, he has a chance to give you he gives you 3 different skills, and one of them can be the passive skill called Bottomless Wealth. This one has a chance to summon additional gold on gold pickup. So each time you pick up gold, you have a chance to gain more gold. And that ranges between either 1 extra gold or up to 3 extra gold. So 1 gold coin can become 4 gold coins. And this can spawn on top of the gold that you're picking up from that. So basically it can continue forever. But the chance is 15%, so it isn't great. But as you complete objectives, you gain a set amount of gold for each objective you complete. Or every objective you complete, you gain a set amount of coins. So this can continue on for quite a while when you start completing objectives that give you 9, 15, 12 coins. You're gonna run around in a circle picking up just coins. Now, of course, you could be asking, why aren't I doing this on insane difficulty? Well, if you play the game and try insane difficulty, you know how difficult that is. It's an incredible feat to just complete insane. Insane difficulty is, well, insane. Basically, there's new enemies that spawn, especially on Niflheim map, which I've been playing mostly to farm this gold, because to me it's the most easy map, at least in terms of, well, pure gameplay at the hard difficulty, because you can easily just move around the whole map, you can easily see and get to the chest spawn. The other maps have time-consuming things that, I mean, there's no big issue with, but yeah, I say stick with Niflheim, but of course feel free to try out the other maps. Build I'm using is basically get the wisps up to 18 first, but the missiles is also very good to get to 18, but focus, if you have to choose between the two, choose the wisps, at least when going down, choosing the level 12 and 18 rank. As for the damage, yeah, I usually go with the missiles early on because it has a more effective DPS than the rings, because the wisps are just, well, they're in the outer circle, as but not when they're evolved. They encompass so much more. They encompass almost half the screen. I did play this on insane difficulty once. I did complete it actually, and that is very nice. Although I did die once, and I have so that in the Freya tree I have chosen those so that I can revive once. Now the issue with reviving is that you lose the resource bonus. So at the end of the insane difficulty I had the over 350 gold coin, and yeah, I didn't get a single one of those, because, or I did get those, but I didn't get the bonus on top of that. I would have gotten a bonus of over 300%, which would netted me over 1,000 coins. But unfortunately I died. Yeah, the density in Insane is insane, and I would say that the odds of you dying are much greater than it is worth, really. Go for hard difficulty, because Insane is just not worth it. Unless you know that you can do it without dying, yeah, go for it. Speaking of dying, there's also not an achievement in and of itself, but there's a trophy kind of thing in the game where you can get 5 extra skill points for your skill trees. And that is by not dying, completing a run on normal without dying. And when they say complete, they mean complete. You have to complete the boss and everything. Now you can sort of complete a run without doing any of the objectives, but doing the objectives will give you all the gold, or most of the gold, and really complete the level fully. And that is what you have to do to get the trophy for that. Now the bad thing is that it only gives you 5 points, which isn't a lot, but I mean, this is the build I use to do that actually. You need to get some luck with the upgrades. For instance, getting the upgrade that gives you a chance that an Eldritch Ward charge will sort of recharge itself when used, so instead of losing a charge, you just regain the charge you just used. There's also another buff that gives you each time you crit, you have a 100% chance to curse enemies, and cursed enemies take 30% extra damage. This is really effective, as with the extra crit chance for the Njord passive tree, and skill and crit chance that you gain from just other gods here. Now it's very effective at killing, or helping you kill, so I should say. I was also very lucky with the upgrades. The skill upgrades. I got the I got the orbs, I got the missiles, I got the Thor, Sentinel, and I upgraded those quickly. I managed to get those to 18 very quickly, and I managed to stay out of most of the enemies. And I did it on hard difficulty as on that one, and you can do that on normal to complete the achievement. So I really do recommend this build when really wanting to complete everything as, I wouldn't say as quickly as possible, but as effectively as possible, and really farm the game, because you're gonna need a lot of gold. I mean, I got 800 gold and I'm still just, I haven't fully upgraded the Seeress. I haven't upgraded any of the other characters right now, because I resetted all of them to 0, and the gods are far from complete. I mean, there's so much to complete, there's so much to unlock here. And I hope this gold farm video has helped you with that, because wow, I actually read on the Steam discussions quickly about how people were using the Seers to farm gold, and I was like, oh. And with the new gods and other gods helping with that, yeah, you can get a lot of gold. A lot of gold. Anyway, that's been it for this video. I've been Swip92, have a great life, and hope to see you in future videos. Bye bye.